so you guys had stopped with your previous bands and stuff back in 2017 then, and you guys have been working together in Haunter ever since. Is that kind of what happened?
I mean, my old band broke up in like 2011. So I didn't play music for like 6 years. I went back to school, finished school, and then had just been like working in real estate. And I mean, still going to shows, like, I go to like 3 or 4 shows a week just cause it's the thing that makes me happiest in life is just being around music. So, but just wasn't playing. And that's what Anoma was like, he wouldn't take no for an answer when I was just like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if I want to play again or do all this stuff. He's like, dude, he basically like dragged me into this project, and I could not be more thankful. So
yeah, I'm, if nothing else, I am convincing and persistent.
Well, you also knew what was best for me. And it's sometimes hard to like you could see how much I missed stuff.
Oh, totally.
So,
well, and that's
forever.
Obviously super beneficial to be in a band with some of your best friends, right? Like you said you've been best friends for 15, 16 years, something like that. So like that's helpful, right? Like
it hasn't been 16. We met at a Fall Out Boy show in 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever that is, coming on 17 years.
Jeez. That's
so y'all just you guys just make friends at concerts, man. That's impressive. I don't know if I've ever really talked to people at concert. I pretty much just kind of keep to myself and just listen to the music.
Yeah, no, I'm like being in a band for so long, you by default are like looking around to make friends.
Okay.
Yeah, because like back in the day before, like I would used to like go to shows like just to like be seen passing out flyers or QR codes for my other band.
Yeah, believe me, there wasn't a show that I went to in Houston for years that somebody from Anoma's band wasn't there like handing stuff out. And like I mean I knew who he was before we ever even like actually finally became friends because I'd just seen him around a million times.
Yeah, we would have flyers and just be out and be part of the community. Like it's fun. And then obviously like because I was giving Danger Kids a place to stay and they were hanging out and they were friends, like their merch manager, Jan, knew Mark, and he was the one who introduced Mark and I. So
nice.
Yeah. So when we're at that, the Following Reverse Danger Kids show, like he was like, yo, you need to meet Mark. Mark plays bass, and I know you want to start a band, and now Tyler's going to record. Like, y'all should all just kind of like make it happen. And so, like, just going to shows pays off. Like, I know, like, the internet exists and TikTok's around, and everyone can like be friends on Twitter and connect that way.
I don't know if that's possible. Actually, I don't think people can be friends on Twitter. That was just joking. Twitter's a pretty toxic place.
Twitter can be a nightmare hellscape, but like we've actually, I'll be very honest, like our band has found some friends on Twitter that have been really great that actually ended up helping us a lot with today, because today we announced the pre-save for Paralyze, and what I did prior to it going live was like basically go to all of our friends and bands that we made friends with and talk to them and be like, hey, do you mind sending out this exact tweet at this exact time, and just try to like build some momentum. And we're still a small band, but like just the amount of love we got from that alone was really cool. So
that's awesome.
I got to shout out.
Even just, I mean, I was going to say there are a bunch of people that were super helpful in that way. And then there are a bunch of people too that just like retweeted stuff today. You know, like I was amazed at how many like shares and things we got from just
it was
posting something simple. So
a simple organic thing. And I gotta give some love to a couple of people. So I'll heap some praise first to my girl Amanda from In the Morning. She was one who actually showed me that, because she did it for her previous single, and I was like, oh, that's a really cool idea. And so I went to her and got her feedback on how I could frame it so that it could be more effective. Like, so she definitely helped me out. There's this really great pop punk artist in Maryland. His name is Breezy Supreme. Dude is super cool. Is building a massive following. So he showed us some love today. Bands like Nightlife. I don't know if you've heard them, but if you haven't heard Nightlife, you need to listen to Nightlife. Cannot say enough good things about that band. They're like,
I haven't heard them. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah,
Nightlife, I thought of Night Games, but that's That's definitely not the band you're talking about.
No, it's not, but they're also
good band. Too many night bands, Night Games, Night Traveler, Nightly.
Yeah.
All great bands, but
Nightlife is super, super sick. Like they're really original. I would say it's like The Weeknd started like a metal band.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like I'm writing it down right now.
They're really cool. They actually were were a Spotify like Discover Weekly band for me. They just popped up, you know, 1 week.
Super cool. Their song New Low is a bop. It's so good.
I just wrote it in so that way I could remember, because I know I'll forget.
So like in the morning, they're really great too. Like so if you like pop punk, like they're a great band. Nightlife, super cool. Patient 76 is a metalcore band in Australia. Just like friends that we had made. Like, I mean, also shout out to the 8123 family for showing us a little bit of love today. Like,
oh, nice.
Yeah, like so Mike is an avid fan of the Maine, and he's made me a really big fan, and he's gotten into that community, and he's made friends there.
It'd be amazing. Cool, yeah. I mean, like I started going to, you know, like I realize if I'm traveling to shows alone, right? Like might as well make friends at those shows. And it's just been amazing. Like how many people like already knew each other from Twitter and stuff, but it's just, I don't know. It's just been really, really cool to go to those shows and like meet so many new people and just get invited to so many things.
That's one of the most authentic, organic communities I've ever seen.
They're awesome. I mean, it's just,
the amount of work that the Maine put in to grow that community is just so commendable. Like those guys just are a ton, and it's awesome.
A+ dudes all the way. Could not say.
Yeah, I mean,
like, you can't say a bad thing about them, man. Like they did it right. Everything they do
literally everything right. Yeah, they just they keep putting out like a great record after great record after great record, but they also just put out so much content. They change, but like don't feel like a different band. Like can somehow like play the old songs in the style of the new ones and vice versa. And like I firmly believe they're one of those bands that could play with, like they could tour with literally any band and cater their sound to that audience and still sound like the Maine. You know, like it's just a matter of whether or not they go more like Forever Halloween route or more like American Candy. It's just like, I don't know. They're so freaking talented, and they do so many cool things, and they've always been just super like legit dudes. So
yeah, I was stoked to see them do the halftime show for the Phoenix Suns last year. I was like, yes, get them on the freaking I was like, I was so pumped to see that. I was like, finally get them some recognition they deserve, man.
It's just like I realized like how many of like Jimmy Eat World, also one of my favorite bands, also from Phoenix, right? Gin Blossom's band I grew up on, one of my favorite bands, also like Tempe, but you know, Phoenix area. So like there were so many bands that like I loved that just played Phoenix Suns halftime shows during the last playoffs. So I was just like, oh man, this is.
I love it. But I'll say this to kind of wrap it. But like the 8123 community, like I look at that, and all I think is like they've done it right.
Oh, absolutely.
They built a community like around themselves and like made a family and made a fan base that's self-sustaining, so where they're not having to play by anyone's rules but their own. And so when I think about like what I want for Haunter is like, I'm not necessarily like trying to go out there and be like the biggest artist of all time. I mean, that'd be cool, but like that's not really that's not my end game. My end game is to build a community to where we're able to put out records and like have that be like our job. Like that's all we do is just put out Haunter records and do shows and like do eventually grow our clothing line and like build a community around that and just like really get people bought into Haunter, not only as a band, but as a brand, and like really bring in like that sense of community to where like our fans are legitimately friends with each other. Like it's not just a Twitter hangout. It's like literally, hey, we're all in the same city. Like the band is in town. We're all going to go hang out. Like, and they're actually legitimately like genuine connections being established because music has done so much for all of us in our lives. And that community needs to be fostered and protected. And I just thought it'd be such a cool thing if we were able to kind of do that for a group of people out there.
That would be incredible. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that's an incredible goal. And obviously, you know, now that you mention it, I have to ask the clothing line. I didn't know anything about a clothing line. So tell me what's up with that.
Yeah. So we have a clothing line called Print Money Gang, which the name is ridiculous, but it came from there's an inside joke that we made in the studio that we were like one of our first trips out. And so that's kind of been like the little umbrella for all of our endeavors. And so we have a merch line online. It's printmoneygang.bigcartel.com. And it's just something that we started. It was more of a passion project. So Mark and I have like came up with all the designs and like put it up. And so it's small, but like, I think it's really cool. And I'd love to expand on that. Like, I think we have some really cool things out there, but like, I'm looking to give it a bit of a facelift soon. And I'd love to be able to like bring that up and like get more people aware of that piece of it. And then again, like have one of those things lead them to the other. So like if they discover Haunter, like, oh, I love Haunter, like, oh, Print Money Gang, what's that? Or if someone sees like an ad for Print Money Gang, like, oh, that's a dope shirt, or that hoodie is sick. And then they see, oh, it's started by these guys who are in Haunter. What's that? And like, whichever avenue, whatever pocket of interest that we have and we put under the Print Money Gang brand, like it's a way to kind of like get people into that community and like realize, oh, once I get through the gateway, there's a whole like world or experience that's there for me.
That's amazing. I love that. That's so cool.